everyone, it's Natalie. Hey, I want to apologize to everyone that I had to cancel on yesterday. I did speak to one person and it did not go well because they had to put this patch on me for my pain and my body's still getting used to it. So I just want to apologize to the people that I had to cancel on yesterday and apologize to the person that I did talk to because I was not all the way there. But anyways, listen, the conversation I had with the lady yesterday, was one of the main problems is that her husband is not seeing what's going on because the mother-in-law is doing things when he's not around. And he is, even though she went no contact, he is not allowing the kids to go no contact. Okay. And so her problem right now is that, the children are going over there to the mother-in-law's house without her. So let me just say this. This is today's message. If your husband is not going to go along with your children going no contact when you go no contact, and the children are going to the narc's house, you need to be there. You sit in the background, you stay calm, collective, and quiet, and you don't speak to her. You just observe and make sure those children are not being harmed, manipulated, or hurt physically. Because, excuse me, my allergies are all over the place today. From what that lady told me is, and this happened with my child too, is that the mother-in-law has been spanking the children when they act up. And maybe they're not even acting up. Maybe they're doing things that are funny to make a connection, a human connection with you. And that's what happened with my son, is that he was always joking around and playing and stuff. And instead of taking that opportunity to connect with him and make a bond with him, she spanked him for being funny. Okay? And they do this because when you're at a vulnerable state where you're being funny and you're trying to joke around and stuff, what they do is they put an authoritarian aspect in it to let you know that joking around, they're not going to play that, right? So they spank you for trying to have a sense of humor. So if you're in a situation where your children are going to the narc's house and you're no contact, you're going to have to go and attend and be in the background the whole time. Because I do not believe in physical punishment. My child is an angel. There should I've never spanked my child. And when I found out that my mother-in-law and my son came home and told me that he was joking around and she spanked him, I told my husband that if his parents ever laid a hand on my child again, I'd deck her in the face. And I meant it, and he knew it. And so he had to tell his parents, look, we don't believe in spankings. And if you ever notice, the children that do get spanked and verbally or physically punished, they're always the ones that end up in life getting in trouble, going to prison and things like that, because they find physical a punishment acceptable. And so what they do is they grow up thinking that they can go around hitting people when someone does something that they don't like. So if you want a good child, you sit them down, explain to them what they did wrong, and punish them in a way like taking their PlayStation or their phone or something like that away. You will see that those children are the best behaved children and the best in society. Physical punishment should never occur, especially when it is another person, your in-law. That is unacceptable. And so if you're in a situation where your children are going to the narc's house and you're no contact and your husband is forcing you to allow them to visit their grandma, you need to be there. You need to be there. There's no reason why your children should be around the narcissist without you there. Because I can tell you right now, when my son got spanked at 3 years old, he's 10 now, he still is traumatized by that and still talks about how his grandma spanked him several times without me knowing, without even permission from me to allow someone else to physically punish my child. My child's an angel. There should be no reason for anyone to hit my child. All you're showing, when you hit a child, what you're showing and teaching them is that if someone does something that you don't like, you can hit them and it's acceptable. And those are the children that are badasses in school and in life, and they end up in prison and jail and doing drugs and doing all this other stuff because you have traumatized them. And that trauma goes a long way in your life when you're growing up. And so, for the person that I talked to yesterday, I am so sorry. I just got this patch and it really was messing with me and making me slur my words and stuff like that. And I apologize if it came off wrong. Because everyone knows that I am super professional, and everyone that's talked to me, all my clients know that when I talk to you, I am straight-laced, I'm professional with it. But I felt like yesterday, because I just got this patch, my body and my mind was not there. And so hopefully today when she calls back, because she was at a football game, it'll be a better experience. But I apologize to you. I'm going through some health problems right now, and the surgery that they want to do is so close to my brainstem and my spinal cord, and so I'm trying to avoid doing that. And so I'm doing everything I can to avoid that. But that's not the message today. The message today is, when you have a mother-in-law that is saying and doing things when your husband isn't around, it's really hard for your husband to believe you. It really is. And that is why the best thing you can do when she is saying and doing things like that is you straight up tell her to her face, you know what? That was really inappropriate and rude, and that hurt my feelings. And there was no reason for you to say or do that thing that you did. And you leave. Or you could do it the other way. And as she's saying or doing those rude things, you just walk out the door and you leave. You grab your children and you leave. And if you need to say, you know what? I think it's time for me to leave now. And that's what you do. But you can't, this is the problem. You can't expose a narc. Because if you try to expose the narc, you're going to make yourself look like a fool and a liar and a manipulator and a narcissist yourself. You have to step out of the way and allow the narcissist to expose themselves by staying cool, collected, and quiet. Because when you're quiet and you let that narc say and do those things and you don't react negatively, people are going to start seeing the reality of what the real problem is. Because when you react when the narcissist is being ugly, guess what? Because the narcissist has been manipulating everyone around them to believe that you're the problem, you do look like the problem. So when she starts acting out and acting a fool, you embarrass her by saying, that was really hurtful. And I don't appreciate you treating me like this. I'm supposed to be your daughter-in-law. And you are constantly saying things that are hurting my feelings. And I think it's time for me to leave. And I also think it's time for me and you to take a break from each other. Because I'm tired of my feelings being hurt. And when you say that in front of everybody, instead of reacting negatively and cussing them out, it really shows who truly is the problem in the situation. And so the best thing you can do is stay cool, collected, and quiet. All right. Peace, love, and harmony. I got to get to work, guys. Bye. Love you.